Welcome to a brand new episode of the Real Life Podcast, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts and delivered by DoorDash.
Welcome to Real Life, everyone.
What is going on right now?
I think that I'm in love with Matthew Tkachuk.
Are you guys all drunk?
Oh, hello, and welcome into episode 328 of the Real Life Podcast presented by the HGA Group. Tyler, Jay, Bag Milk, and Wanye, who's joining us remotely for today's episode of the podcast. We are here. We are ready to, I would assume, talk a lot of Oilers over the next hour.
Well, just to talk about HGA for a second, did you share that lovely video they made for us?
Right now.
Yes. They HGA made a nice video for us over the weekend. Congratulating us. It was very nice of them. Thank you, HGA. Oh, and your M-Chuck is moving.
Oh, he's moving over.
What?
Weird.
Dr. Dre's entering the studio to rap.
There we go.
Dr. Dre's on the other side of the glass.
Well, I thought the podcast would go better if Wanye could see me, right?
Well, I love seeing you.
It is interesting now that I can see Wanye, and this is what we're gonna have the TV in here for, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually there'll be a TV right behind the camera, so we can just all look at the camera and see whoever we're chatting with.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right here, kids.
Yeah.
What a world.
Speaking of what a world, it's Connor McDavid's world, and we're all just living in it.
Oh, wow.
That was a good one.
Why? Did something happen?
That was unreal. That game was special. It was special. At the end of the game, sorry, go ahead, Wanye.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead, buddy.
That game got me so emotional that I was hugging the person I went with. Like there's a buddy of mine, and we were hugging uncontrollably when Draisaitl scored that goal because of the whirlwind of emotion. Also the fact that although I mistimed it, hit the live bet at plus 450, not Bag Milk's plus 10 million, but
Plus 1020 for me.
But there's a lot of emotions going there. But wow, that was a high.
When Connor scored that goal, I stood up and I couldn't make noise because Wanye Jr. was sleeping inches away. So I pumped my fist so hard, my hand was sore for like 24 hours minimum from just all the energy that I wanted to like scream and yell as loudly as I could and fling my hat into infinity. I just had to put it into one massive fist pump.
It was a weird roller coaster kind of game too, because it wasn't like the boys started out very well.
They looked flat. I was concerned.
The boys were flat. Mikko wasn't great, but then as it went along into the second period and into the third, the tide started to turn, and you could just see it. And even watching it on TV, I wasn't there, obviously, but watching it on TV, you could almost feel the energy changing.
Oh.
And then when they started to go, by the way, Nuge's 60-foot pass to Puljujärvi's stick
Unreal.
to get the second goal of the night that, in my opinion, kind of kickstarted everything. Just unbelievable.
A happy Bison King knows no bounds.
And to have
unstoppable.
The kind of weapons, like whether it's Puljujärvi or McDavid, obviously we're going to talk about him, that can actually get them back into the game when they need a clutch goal like that. Huge.
Well, and then you hear that comment when Barry was in his interview about Leon going up to one of the Rangers and saying,
"It's coming."
Yeah, hold on, it's coming. And you're just
oh my God.
Wow, like
I had to fan myself.
Yeah, like they clearly, as a team, have bought in and believe in each other. And Leon knows he can just, be Leon, and everyone else is going to, like, level up, too, because holy fucking shit, it happened.
I just love Leon Draisaitl, how he's, not only does he chirp people and give it to them on a regular basis, but he's got the juice to back it up.
Oh, yeah.
And he's blowing guys up from time to time, which I'm enjoying.
Amazing.
That also was not interference. Like you can do the count. It was gets rid of the puck. You don't even get the number one out of your mouth, and bang, he hammered him.
No, not at all. There was a bunch.
I had this video of Leon post game 2 games ago, and he's talking to Gene, and I recorded it on my phone because it's the moment where you can just see that Leon's just like, "This is unbelievable." He's like, "So how's your start of your season going?" And he's all grim faced. He's like, "Yeah, good, everything's fine." And Gene goes, "Really good?" And Leon literally starts laughing, and his entire demeanor changes. Like, he is not the grumpy German that we first met. He is now having a good time.
Oh man,
I'm having a good time too. Bro.
I was, and as advertised, I put it on social to hold myself accountable. I was 2 BPP.
You kind of have to.
Oh, it was Friday night. It was my night to celebrate everything.
Yeah.
And wow, and once again, that probably led to the uncontrollable hugging that happened at the end of the game. But so I don't even know, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know if I've seen it before in a playoff game. There was people in this. We went like full American sports fan. We were standing.
Yeah.
We were standing and yelling while play was going on, not even to celebrate a goal. Just like, yeah, man, the building, like there was like everyone felt that energy and everyone delivered on that energy, which was even more important. And it was wild. Like I think
what was the cheer like when Connor scored that?
Oh,
goal?
it was
deafening.
like deafening, like lid popped off the top of Rogers Place.
So I was at the game, and I was lucky enough to get some really good tickets. So I was row 6, directly behind the Rangers net when McDavid scored.
Oh my God! So you saw him coming at you.
So I see McDavid coming right at me.
Wow.
He dekes around a few guys, but then everyone in front of me stood up too quick. So I didn't see him finish off the goal. I just saw everyone stand up, and then people just start going absolutely bananas. And I was like, oh my God, he scored.
Oh my God.
That was honestly, fuck. Like I don't even know if that has happened. And maybe in like 06 Cup run, like there was some standing like that, but like just standing during play, like that is such like an American like fan thing to do. But like, and they're very good sports fans, and that's why I say that. But it was wild. Like I stood up for half the third period.
What?
There was, I'm trying to remember what the exact point was, but I think it might have been when they scored to tie it at 4-4. And everyone stood up for the goal. Everyone sat back down. Then when play started again, it felt like everyone almost stood right back up again. It was crazy. Like, again, recency bias probably playing into this, but
yes, heavily, always.
But it has not been that. I don't think it's been that loud in that rink since 2017.
Like I even in 2017, I don't remember us standing in our seats during play
in November.
Like we're
let alone
roaring.
November.
Well, yeah.
And now it's in November, but like, yeah, and that's the thing. Like that Friday night, people are getting after it a bit, and the comeback is on. So there's like just like a lot of things going there, but like fuck, like that's the experience and. Like, that's the vibe you want in that building. Like, and obviously not every night you can do it, but, like, you know, every weekend game should feel like that.
And it poured over, too. I mean, if you look at the comments on OilersNation.com and the wrap-up, people are going ballistic. The B-cast was about as fun as it's been in forever.
200 active viewers.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
it
my
got
God.
wild. It was wild.
Wow.
It's officially popped off.
Yeah, that
Those are
was
Shakira numbers, bag milk. Shakira numbers.
And then watching the post-game interview, so I was doing the B-cast, doing my thing, and I'm watching the post-games, and Zach Hyman and Jesse Pugliarvi are up at the booth together, or at the table together.
Oh, my God.
They couldn't not be distracted by the insanity going on outside
Yes.
the glass.
Well done,
I
Edmonton.
love it. Oilers fans
When
were...
Yessie made a heart with his hands,
Yes.
I honestly turned into a beam of light and just, like, shook.
And to hear Zach Hyman just go, that crowd was electric, it feels good. Love it. How can you not?
there's so many reasons right now, to just absolutely love this group. And I even saw someone, I think it was just on Twitter, an Oilers fan who said, I've loved this team for a long time, but there's something about this group that is kind of taking it up another notch.
Special.
And I mean, the wins are certainly a part of that. How they're winning is a part of it, because it's just electric game after electric game. Even when they're not playing good, they're so talented that the games are entertaining still, because it's back and forth. The way they are kind of off the ice, the jokes we've already gotten from their media stand-ups and things like that too, it really does feel like another sort of level they're hitting.
But then one more thing that I want to say too is Connor scored the goal. You see the crowd at Rogers Place going bananas, which was a lot of fun. But for me, it was almost as fun to see him go bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
That
gosh.
celebration-
I've never seen him that emotive before.
Yeah.
in his
That
career.
celebration was incredible. And the oh my God face that he almost threw out after he scored, the one that was circling the internet, was incredible. I love seeing hype McDavid after a goal like that.
Yeah. Like, you want to talk about a guy, if you ever want to doubt if Connor wants it or not, like, that guy wants it so bad.
Is that his O face? I wondered.
I mean,
I
how could it
wondered when I
not?
saw it.
Probably.
That feels inappropriate.
Probably, Remchuk.
Yeah, Tyler agrees that it definitely is.
All right. But yeah, anything else from Friday night? I think that kind of covers it. That was just one of the best regular season
down
games I've ever watched.
4-1. I remember a couple of Oily boys on a Oily Boy show saying, "Come back here after the game when we're going to win this bitch." You don't see that kind of confidence much online.
It was the same with me too, Wanya. I threw some shekels down when it was 4-1 Rangers on a
Did you?
big win for Bag Milk.
Oh yeah, that was a giant.
That's got to be some heavy returns.
It was plus 10-20.
How does that mean?
10-1.
10-1.
11-1 actually.
I basically I saw it and I'm like, well, I'm going to bet no matter what. I believed in it, but as they started coming back, I just kept thinking, like, I'm going to fucking hit this bet. And I did. And it was beautiful.
Oh, how much money did you bet? Do we ever talk like that, or do we not talk like that?
Not very much. I only put 10 bones down. So
that's a nice bet.
That's a lot of money.
That's $100 win, man. That is living.
Good.
That is living it up.
I put 10 down too at plus 450.
That's impressive too.
Well, it's cute compared to Bag Milk.
Got to do it sometimes. You believe.
I was talking. I'm like,
down 4-1 to the Rangers. They're looking flat. You are one hell of an Oilers.
Well,
fan.
and I was sitting. I like to see how the team's playing. I'm like, do they got it in and have come back? And at 4-1, I'm like, I'm still not feeling it. And then the 4-2 goal came. I'm like, yep, it's coming.
I just
like
figured the engine
Draisaitl
hadn't
predicted.
turned on yet. Like the Rangers got into the lead or whatever, and fine. But like they hadn't. I don't know. There's a different level to this team that we've never seen. I've never seen 42% power play. What the fuck?
And just to have them, like, I feel like Bale, Mikko, Koskinen. Like, Koskinen has been great so far this season. That wasn't his best night. And see the boys come back with some clutch goals to bail him out. It's just, this team's got a different vibe.
I don't think they showed it on TV, but he was Koskinen, that is, so fired up when Draisaitl scored that goal. I don't think he had a Mike Smith-esque reaction to them winning that hockey game. It was crazy.
So he's bought in too. Like he's a different person this year, right? Like he opened up and shared that, and clearly he's in a different mindset too.
The Oilers posted.
What do you open up and say? Sorry.
Oh, just how like mentally difficult last year was.
Oh, did he?
And the Oilers, they posted like a reverse angle of, so I guess it would have been like Tyler's view from behind the Rangers net as Connor was coming in. When Connor scored, Mikko flew out of the net, and if he probably could have, he would have probably joined the boys down at the other end. It looked like he just looked so pumped, and I'll admit I was quite upset with him when he let that Zibanejad goal in to make it 5-4.
Oh God, that I felt that one. That one really hit me in the feels, but you know what? It just made. In hindsight, made that game so much better.
Just set the table for just brilliance.
The other thing that I loved was McDavid doing his post-game presser. One, feeling himself a little bit, dropping the whole, like, that's what I get paid to do.
I get paid to score big goals.
That's so gangster. I love it. But also, the crowd noticeably yelling MVP outside was unreal. So good.
Man, this is, I'm telling you.
So good.
Come and show up for Edmonton, and Edmonton will show up for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I was buzzed. Oh, man, I was just buzzing from that. Like, Saturday, buzzing. Like, I just couldn't stop thinking about it.
And I think one interesting thing is, so Jason Greger this morning wrote an article on The Nation, OilersNation.com, about how the NHL kind of failed Connor and themselves in this moment by not having more players share that goal and kind of hype it up just as like oh shit. And I get why you generally wouldn't do that for an opponent, but when it's a goal like that, other sports do it, you know?
The NHL's fucking up a lot of things when it comes to Connor McDavid. They need to have a content division just for Connor McDavid, because this is the guy that's going to transcend into other fandoms.
That's what I was going to say, Wanya. That's what I was going to say, Wanya, because if you look throughout the weekend, the NHLPA and the NHL kind of posted it, and I was talking to Jason about this, so he had the numbers because that's what Gregor does. They posted a handful of tweets on the main account and on the PA account, whereas you look at what we were doing at the Nation, we couldn't pump out enough memes and replays and videos about it. The guy was that was incredible.
Well, and we'll always do that, but like thank you, Alphonso Davies. Good Edmonton boy for sharing. That's huge, which probably led to huge soccer fan Chad Ochocinco talking about it, but like there needs to be more of that. They got to make sure they got to get and hopefully like TNT on Wednesday, which is obviously they're doing a good job down south. We'll spend some time on it, but like I don't know why there should be it should be like an Oilers game a week should be televised across North America.
Agreed. It should be like
Everyone needs to see Connor McDavid.
I believe they do, to be fair. I think they lead the NHL in nationally televised games in the States this year.
Oh,
It's close if they're not right at the top.
maybe for Canadian teams.
No, I want to double check this now, but I think I saw them as something. They're on like 8 of the ESPN national games. I'll check that.
Good.
Either way, Connor should
enough.
be on always.
Yeah, he should be. Yeah,
And Leon and Puliarvi. Imagine. I bet you all of the world would get behind the Bison King.
How can you not?
That is
so
like one of the greatest things
So-
to come this season.
2 weeks ago, he takes the picture with the Bison, and then to have him, all the pictures coming out today, and again, go to the Nation Social, they're everywhere. Him dressed up as the Bison King for Halloween? Come on.
So it's
From meme to merch to Halloween costume in under 3 weeks.
Unbelievable.
What's that saying? Like when art becomes reality? Or?
Yes. Well, that's what it was.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, it just means so much, and man, we're off to a good start. I don't know what else to say.
By the way, I would be remiss to not say, if you head on over to nationgear.ca, you may or may not, you definitely will, see a Bison King shirt top of the page, and this thing is amazing.
And also, while we're plugging things that are on nationgear.ca, we are having our first viewing party of the season.
Oh, almost 2. It's probably 2 years since our last one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, without a
Or
doubt.
close. Yeah.
It's coming up live at Campio Brewing. This is
Campio
exciting.
Brewing.
That's a great spot.
Yep. Great room.
November 27th. The doors are going to open at 4. The
we got
game
an
is
early
at
game?
5.
Game's at 5. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Sets the
So,
stage. Yeah.
Get your beers in early. It is
Nation beers will be present.
It is a Saturday as well. And come watch some hockey live. I'll be there. Jay, you'll be there.
I'll be there.
Beautiful. And
All
all your
we be there?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yeah. He'll be there.
it'll be good though.
Yeah, it'll be good. And all the proceeds from ticket sales are going to the Edmonton Humane Society. So for you pet owners out there, come support the event. Good cause. They're excited.
Caroline Schved will be there. I bet you Zach Lang will be there.
Yep.
Was?
The Waz will be there. Yep.
Nation Dan.
Very exciting.
Nation Dad will be there. The list goes on and on.
It does go on and on.
Will
and on.
Business Dad be there?
I'm going to invite Business Dad. I hope
We
he
should
comes.
invite Business
He might
Dad
be, yeah. If he's in town, he'll be there.
When the first ever Oilers Nation party that I was an employee for, I brought like a solid crew of people. Like my
Is it a brunch party?
No, the first one I ever did was the one right before that.
We need to do a brunch party this
I
year.
miss brunch parties.
Let's pull up the schedule. We'll have to do a brunch party this year.
But it was one at the Pint. It was definitely a night game. It was against like Vancouver, and the group of 4 or 5 people that I brought with me had such a good time that every time you guys throw one, they've come back ever since. And when you guys announced this one, they were all fired up. We have a little group chat going. They're like, "How are we getting there? How are we getting home, everybody?"
Yep. Be
Well,
responsible.
that's nice. Thank you, everybody.
Be responsible.
It's just better when we're all able to get together.
And, I think in celebration for everyone, I think we're going to pre-buy a Nation beer for everyone who comes.
Really?
Yeah.
Delicious.
So not only will you
That's
get
a
that,
good
so
deal.
here's the deal. You go to nationbeer or nationgear.ca with a
Yes,
G.
with a G.
The ticket's $25. You select your size. And the reason you're selecting your size when you buy a ticket is because you're going to get a t-shirt with that ticket
Yep.
and some GCs. And Jay is now saying you're going to get one Nation beer. So $25 for a drink, a shirt, and a ticket to this party is pretty legit.
And you're supporting the Humane Society, which is even better.
That as
And we'll
well.
have some draw prizes and stuff, so there'll be some good prizes there to win for people who in attendance. And what else did I want to say?
Selfishly, I was trying to get some of my Frank's Picks merch in time for that event.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Couldn't do it. Just because they're print on demand. It's a third party
yeah,
thing.
that's right. So we're just finalizing. We got the idea for the design down. That's why you haven't seen the tee yet. And we're just humming and hawing on, because especially for our first party of the season, we normally like to kind of be the theme for the season.
Yeah.
And this one, we're tugging on the heartstrings because it's about the community.
All right.
Has
I
to be.
love it. I love it. Just quickly, I want to wrap up the McDavid goal chat with this. Where does that one rank for you in terms of all-time McDavid goals?
So this came up on the BCast while you guys are thinking about it. This came up on the BCast, so I've had a couple of goes at this. To me, the first goal all time for him is the one when he came back against Columbus. That one was absolutely
Yeah.
bananas. The second one for me is when he was in Toronto made Morgan Riley look like a pylon, and then he does the finger wag at the crowd. The finger wag bumps that one up at least a factor of 2 for me.
Yeah.
And then this one from against the Rangers is number 3. The situation was big. The celebration was massive. The way he just dummied 4 Rangers and made them look like peewee players is incredible. So number 3 for me.
And that's a good ranking because that Columbus goal when it came back, just like you just took a deep breath, like, okay, he's fine, and that was exciting. And that Morgan Riley de-pantsing and the finger wave, legendary. But like this, we're down. This is game down 1. Like only a few minutes left. Game is on his back, and he elects to go for the sweep and take it head on and go through 4 guys. Like it's just so for me that circumstance of like him just being like, yeah, calling my own number. Sorry guys, watch this. Hold my beer and just literally live under the sticks of 4 New York Rangers players and just de-pants them all. Mass de-pantsing. They could use the Twickenberry's Nation code.
Get some nutsacks, boys, because they were out.
Man. It's tough for me not to put that number 1. And plus, I think for me personally, it's because I was there for that one.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Like, and the fact that I just like uncontrollably hugged my buddy. It's just like, I don't know. That one on an emotional level, I think has to take the cake.
My girlfriend brought a friend to the game, and it was his first ever Oilers game.
Oh, wow.
And he got that.
Jeez, he needs to retire.
Just speaking of, one last thing I want to say before you guys get to your things. So McDavid, obviously incredible. Jack Eichel just got traded into the division today, and he was asked about McDavid today. So this was just an hour ago before we record. And he says, pretty tough to be linked to that guy, isn't it? I got the short end there.
All right, Jack. I respect you.
That's a good one. That's a good line.
No, that's a good one.
You gotta love Jack Eichel. He's a lovable guy.
Wanye, where's that one rank for you, buddy?
In what sense?
The goal, Connor's goal overall.
I agree with everything you said, Bagmilk. Honestly, as you were going through, I was like, I agree. What was the one where he did the big scoop, where he took a knee and he dragged his hand for what, good 2-3 seconds?
That was that. We did that on Morgan Riley, didn't he? Didn't he like scoop and then do the?
Was that the one after that? That was the best selling.
So the one I'm thinking of with that one, Wanye, is season opener against Vancouver at the beginning of the 1920 season. He scored that goal. It's always been one of my favorites because
is that when he came back from the knee?
Yeah, that was a big
came
one.
back from the
knee. And he did like the bow and arrow and then the scoop kind of.
Yeah. And he was so fired up, and he went like all the way past Vancouver's bench, scooping the ice.
Yes.
I love that goal.
Honorable mention needs to go to that goal against Anaheim in the playoffs.
Sure.
Yep.
Because of the stakes. I think we coming from behind in that game.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That cut. Yeah, that was another de-pantsing. That guy just de-pantses everyone.
The fun part about it is how many more of these are we going to get from him?
Oh, jeez.
Dozens.
Well, yeah, like we're
10 games into the season. You know?
We're not even 6.5 ways through, or 6.5 years through his career now, or are we 7 years through his career?
Unbelievable.
6 years. He started in 2015.
So yeah, like I mean, we're gonna get
math.
3 times more than these,
like 400 times.
But also
more.
add that despite all those goals being mind shattering, I've never seen him make his O face before.
Man,
that's new.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it goes back to
that's a new level.
Like it goes back to exactly him. Like he's like, it looked weird. They were coming at me, and he's like, "Hey, I'm calling my own number." Like, so I think he was just like, "Holy fuck, I did it!"
And it also made me laugh when he got asked about it. He's like, "Well, I was a little bit mad that I couldn't hold the puck in at the blue line." And it's like, "Uh-oh, you wouldn't like him when he's angry."
Oh god.
And then when he drank out of his drink, I was like, "Oh my god, he's drinking his milkshake in victory."
Oh, we just got so much good social content from those pressers / that goal that we're going to be able to carry forward all year / into the future. It's going to be the best.
Chenandler Bong's a hell of a hockey player.
Oh man. The Halloween costumes.
Yeah, wait, for the Halloween costumes, the bromance between Hyman and Puljujarvi is also something.
Oh, it's real.
It's real.
And so let's just and we're going to delve into that. But Zach Hyman has injected a lot of love into our culture.
Yeah.
And I am fucking here for it. Continue.
Halloween costumes.
I mean,
this is a bigger moment in Oilers history than this piddly goal you were analyzing a moment ago. Going to the Glenora fucking Circle, having a couch. Who did this? Celeste? Who would have gone to the trouble of a couch? Is it Lauren?
Yeah, she's in interior design, so she's
getting all them umbrellas. That wasn't easy in a pandemic with the supply chain all kicked up.
They
top-tier work.
They replicated the Friends thing, and it was just they nailed it.
They
really did.
They went above and beyond the level of effort.
Not only did the costumes hit and the execution hit, but the fact that it's those three together doing it,
that meant a lot.
It means the world.
That's like those. I loved it, and also you see that video when he was the dude just like, we were on a break.
That's the most personality I've seen from the Nuge in 9 years of Nuge hockey.
Well, that's the Oilers' fault.
Yeah.
Wow. It's good to see. You love to see it.
I also want to shout out once again, like you only do this if the team is gelling. Like Perlini going as Cassian,
so
amazing.
Good.
That's an underrated elite costume from that whole thing.
I thought it was Cassian when I first saw it. I'm like, when Cassian goes and says, "Oh, that's Perlini."
The best.
Like I said,
the Colonials.
They're vibing. That's the thing. Like they are glued together. This team, and that is like, that's what unlocks the next level.
All right, Remchuk, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
And your life is in my hands with this answer because I know whatever you say is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
How good is this team? What is a reasonable expectation 10 games into the season? Where do I get my hopes up? How good is this team? Please go ahead, sir.
They should win their division. I don't see a scenario where they don't win the Pacific this year, which is not something I said at the beginning of the year, but Vegas is so far down, Edmonton's so far up. It's going to be hard for Vegas to come back on them right now. And I know we're only 10 games into the season, but in the Bettman point era, that's just kind of the truth of the situation there.
But what does that mean though? Like they're 9-1 right now. That is a big collection.
What about them playoffs?
That's a big collection of points to have already at this point.
Yeah, like we were talking before. I mean, holy shit! I can't believe I'm about to do your Remchuk math. But they're
Love your Remchuk math.
Add some zeros.
9-1 through 10 games. Okay, so that means there's 72 games to go in the year. Correct?
Yes.
Divide that. I mean, if they play 5,
so take 90% and times it by
Carry that by
72,
3, divide by
and you'll
82,
get
you gotta-
65 wins.
what I was gonna say was, if they go 500 from here on out, they're still gonna end the year with 90 points. Like if they just win half their games for the rest of the year, they're gonna be a playoff team at worst.
What if they never lose again? What about then? Fucking accounting Joe.
But I mean, I don't want to like put a damper on the start because I think we should all just be in the moment and enjoy it. At the end of the day, this season's a failure if they don't win the first round, right? Like if they win 65 games this year and get bounced in round one, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, 100%. They got to move on.
So enjoy the regular season, but calling this year a success or a failure, I mean, you can't do it till the playoffs.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen in the playoffs? I don't give a fuck what position we're in the division.
Can't predict that.
What is going to happen in the playoffs?
I don't know.
Tell me what to think.
We don't even know what the team
Positive
could look like.
vibes.
We don't know what the team could look like. They could have a new goalie. They probably need a new defenseman.
Uncle Ken's going shopping. This team deserves it.
Holland.
I'm starting to think though that 3LD is more important than a goalie right now.
3LD, or I mean, maybe it would end up being a 2LD.
Yeah,
the
maybe.
left defenseman's way more important than a goalie.
Cuckoo played the other night only like 8.5 minutes or something like that, and I think that you probably want to ease the burden on Daryl and Duncan Keith a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I think a 3LD probably, or a 2LD ideally.
Is this when you start throwing deals together where you're dealing draft picks and you're going all in your M-Chuck? Is it time to panic?
Yeah, you leverage the future for today.
Kind of have to.
Yeah, you got to go in here. And again, just because
oh baby, we haven't gone all in since I don't remember when.
Because you kind of have to also when you think about Bison King is going to need a new deal, and it could be a sizable one. I'd go 8 years, by the way. Yamo's going to need one.
Huh.
So you kind of have to go all in.
Yamo might be one of those pieces you end up moving out to get your defenseman.
I hate to say
Bye-bye,
it.
Yamo. I love you, but we need the Bison King.
But yeah, like that's probably one of the pieces you think about moving at the deadline.
Conference finals, your M-Chuck?
I
think
definitely
so.
possible.
I think that right now is probably
That's the goal.
I think that's a good bar to set for them. Either they need to go to like game 7 of round 2, or they need to make the conference finals for this year to be a success. They got off to a great start. I mean, yeah, it'll be. I don't want to like say like, oh yeah, like they're Stanley Cup contenders, because there's still 72 games to play and a trade deadline to get through and all that good stuff, and everyone has to stay healthy.
When will you declare them Stanley Cup contenders? What needs to happen?
They have to win the Stanley Cup.
Oh my God, you can't call in advance.
If they win their division, I'd say they'd be good enough to.
They're definitely in the tops of contenders right now. 100.
Let's go check out what our friends at PointsBet have to say.
Your M-check, we got to
about
put money down on it. You and I, as we always do. Can you put
Yes.
down 40 clams for me on the Oil to win the cup?
that. I'm
Their
checking
odds,
out
fuck, I wish I bet them.
The odds dipped significantly.
Oh yeah.
at the beginning.
I know.
At the beginning of the year, they were 25-1 on PointsBet. Now the
Yeah.
Oilers are 14-1. The only teams ahead of them are Colorado, Florida, Vegas, Tampa, Toronto.
How is
and
Vegas still
Boston.
ahead of them?
Can you put 50 down for me, your M-check, and
It's
I'll pay
'cause
you in the morning?
If
Sure.
So the thing about Vegas is that if they make the playoffs, they're going to be good.
Yeah, because Tyler and I were
'Cause
talking about it.
Jack
before
will be
we-
back.
And-
Stone, they're going full Tampa Bay this year.
That's what Tyler was going to say. They're going to go Kucherov with Stone. Well,
That's why I think that's why they're
And
being
potentially
so.
Eichel. That's the thing. If they're both, that's tons of room.
Eichel will play before. Eichel will play before the playoffs because he low key wants to be in the Olympics.
Oh yeah. Well, no, yeah.
But with Stone, I think what'll happen with Stone, and it's in my theory, my conspiracy. That's why they're being so vague with Stone right now. They're going, it's a we don't know. They're not really calling it a back thing.
You cheating jerks.
Yeah, but if Vegas gets in the playoffs,
It's not cheating. I know that, but
Back to the Halloween costumes. You guys talked about Perlini. His mom on
Men's
Twitter.
entertainment.
His mom on Twitter is hilarious.
oh, so funny.
Also, her cover photo is now the Lamborghini Perlini Photoshop.
Yes.
With his face as the wheels.
yeah.
shout out to Spiced Oil for that one.
That was the Spiced Oil project.
You betcha.
Yeah, it was great. And then when she left Edmonton, she posted like a Lamborghini emblem with his face in the middle. And I just love how she's like totally in on the jokes. And
She
all
is
that.
so into it.
I kind of feel like the mob, we've moved on and we're yelling about the Bison King now. She's like, hey, everybody, don't forget about me, the Lamborghini. And we're like, that's cool. And then PRV's like dressed as his meme. And we're like, yay.
I know Finland loves the Bison King.
They do?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how anybody doesn't like the Bison King.
Oh man. It's just
He's
so
like-
good. It's so good.
I know the Oilers have Flex, the team dog.
Yeah.
First of all,
Stupid.
9-1 since having a team dog.
We haven't gotten enough
Wow.
content out of that either. in my
I agree,
opinion.
100%. 2, Puliarvi is basically just a giant man version of a team dog. His
Can't
vibes
get
are
behind Flex
immaculate.
because what happens when like Hunter just went away for a year and we're supposed to pretend he didn't exist and weren't supposed to worry about him. He just disappears. What happens when Flex just goes away in a year? They won't have him around in 10 years. You know they won't.
We haven't really seen her since the beginning of the.
Yeah, they
So what
did.
is going on?
Feels like they almost just did that in the summer because they're like, fuck, we need some content for the next few weeks. Let's sign a
real.
dog. I haven't seen the dog.
Where's
very much.
Flex? He's been shot into space.
Flex is a
enough.
good girl.
Yeah. Go Flex.
How
Back
about
to
your
the-
dog, Bag Milk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just being clairvoyant.
Holy.
So, if you don't know, Frank's picks, he is 10-0 this year.
How can
Wow.
this be?
Somebody, I wish I could give him a shout out. I can't find it right now as I'm scrolling through Twitter. Somebody calculated the odds of what it is to pick 10 straight winners to start the season, and it's minimal. I don't know what Frank's deal is. It's like he's being spoken to from another planet, but my dog is on a heater.
He's feeling the vibe, man.
There are
Is he in
people,
touch with the Bison King?
there are people right now betting specifically on what Frank does, and they're winning money. And it's just unbelievable to me, whether that's $1 or $2 or anything in between, whatever. $1.50 that would be.
Yes. Ram check?
Something around there, yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Frank. He's a good boy.
Graham, check. Have we bet on these Oilers winning this cup here, or what happened?
Yeah, send me the money and I'll put it in.
We should do
Put it
this
in
again.
right now and show me that we bet it, and then I'll reimburse you retroactively. Don't
No,
try and fuck
other
me
way
over.
around. Other way around.
No. I suspect that I'm going to give you the money, and you're not going to bet it, and you're like, the Oilers are going to win anyway, so I'm just going to keep Wanye's money. Better I have it than the betting people. That's how you roll.
Okay.
I do
will-
like that we're getting another version of this same story from last year.
I need to go open up my book and then I will do that for you. I don't know if
You're a
I
good
will do it
man.
live.
I'm really bullish on this whole team. I don't know if you've been watching, but it's Connor McDavid. He is somebody else. He is something else.
It's going to be interesting to see looking at the schedule this week. Detroit tomorrow,
Should
which
be
is
a win.
Tuesday, has to be a win. Boston's going to be really interesting on Thursday. That's a big test.
Tough game.
I'd like to see how they match up against Boston, although Boston hasn't been necessarily great to start the season, as well as St. Louis on Sunday. This is a big week.
And Buff on Friday.
Yep.
2 out of the 3 though this week is like very realistic. Very realistic.
If we go 2
out of 3 and you're 12 and 2
Even if you
to
go
start the
2
year?
and 2 this week.
I'm not mad.
Who do they get Saturday again? Sorry? No, they don't get anyone.
Sunday, St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
They play a
2 and
ton.
2 this
St.
week's
Louis
good.
can be a handful.
They're having a very good year.
Yeah. So, this is a big week for the Oilers, but also let's see what they do.
Have we
They
talked,
hot.
have we talked about the fake news Flames?
Flames. I would like to say a few words.
Please.
Very condescending, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, Coach looks weird, man. He looks like a Muppet version of a Sutter.
He looks like he's melting.
He's always putting his mask on his face, and the minute the camera isn't on, he takes the mask off his face. And then in his post-press conferences, he's starting to look like a Muppet. Having said that, he is getting a lot out of this team
He
because
is.
they are off to their best start in a decade.
He is.
That is crazy to me.
It also helps that Jacob Markstrom's on an absolute heater.
Yeah. That's not sustainable.
No, I don't think so either. And sorry, Juan.
God, I hope we meet him in the Flames and just pound the hell out of them.
Oh,
Your
it'd be
boyfriend
awesome.
Matt Tkachuk scored a beauty this week.
Yeah, it's
A lot of
okay.
Flames fans would be like, "That would have been the
Moved
goal
on,
of the
man.
week had it not been for the cheat code
of the week, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't have enough bandwidth to have non-Oilers favorites anymore. There's so many heroes here at home that
I can't
every
wait-
other player and every other team can fuck off.
I can't wait for the next Battle of Alberta, though.
Also, I just want to quickly hit on this with Tkachuk. I watch like a decent amount of Flames games, not all of them, but like a good amount. I've watched 3 or 4 so far this year.
Wow, that's interesting. Why would you
He-
watch so much Flames hockey?
He tries to go through the legs
All the time.
so often.
That's why I don't care.
And that, me too. I'm just like, oh, great, man. You missed going through the legs 6 times already this season. You did it this time. Thumbs up. Good job, buddy. Like, it wasn't that impressive to me.
also Brady's better.
Yeah, Brady is better.
I am a big fan of Brady.
I like Brady.
Captain Brady.
Yeah,
So
Captain
you know.
Brady.
Yeah,
Respect.
captain before his brother.
Put
Makes
some
you
respect
think.
on his name. Mm-hmm. Who is the new Flames captain? Have they appointed one?
They just roll with the 4 A's.
Johnny Gugu isn't man enough to step up and be the C.
Well, he might be gone.
Yeah, he's probably
He's gonna
gone.
be gone soon.
Where's he going to go?
Free agency.
To where?
Philly. Jersey.
Yeah, it goes home to
Yeah,
Jersey.
he's going to Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey to play with Jack Hughes. I could see that.
Yeah, he's going to Jersey.
That's a duo that would make
Yikes.
sense to me.
Although our friend down at flamesnation.ca, Ryan Pike, is still predicting an extension for Gaudreau before New Year's.
Oof.
I don't think
Maybe
Kachuk's
it could
there much
happen.
longer
Just going
either.
to be for smoke. Oh, yeah. Well, Kachuk's on his first train smoking.
He wants to go back to. I don't know what
made
that
sense.
means.
Chuck's
Yeah.
going to leave Calgary, you think?
I
Well,
think he
smoking,
would.
I think.
I'd set the over under at like 3.5 years. He's out of Calgary.
To where?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, somewhere in the States. I think he wants to play in the U.S.
Oh, he wants to be like
That's
his
why I was
dad?
surprised Brady signed for so long in Ottawa because I thought Brady was going to go.
I'm happy. I'm happy for Ottawa
Yeah.
that he did that. Ottawa is going to be exciting.
Yeah, they
already are
got some good
exciting, but-
pieces there.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know,
Ottawa's
Stützle.
entitled to have a new generation of players say this is a good place to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
They've taken a lot of beatings of late with all Meldic's nonsense.
I can empathize with him.
I'm also a big Tim Stützle guy.
Oh, how can't
Jimmy.
you be?
Yeah.
Jimmy Stützle.
Jimmy.
It is a likable group over there in Ottawa. I don't know how we really got on. The Kachuk talk, I guess, brought us here. But anyway,
Your love for the Senators got us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
You
going
could-
for some chos at the CTC.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
I'm
you
a
had
Maxwell
time in between
guy.
watching Flames games for this podcast around, Chuck. You must have many Flames games queued up you're going to watch after this.
Yeah, that's I watch them every night before I go to bed. I rewatch
Wow.
Flames games.
Flames in 60.
Your room is just 360 Flames logos in every direction, and your bed and your pajamas.
I'm the John Tavares of the Flames. I go to bed.
You're
in
like,
my
I'll
Flames
never
pajamas.
tell my secret. Every night as you go to sleep, hugging a Johnny Gaudreau full-length body pillow. My secret.
You've been Ryan Pike this whole time.
My secret.
Anything else?
I saw you had Ryan Pike on, was it the Daily Show? The DFO Daily Show?
Daily Faceoff show on Friday. I
That
had
was
Ryan
nice,
Pike
yeah.
on.
I like
That was
Ryan
nice.
Pike.
He's the best.
That guy
I mean,
really does a good job.
He's a great guy.
I mean, his team allegiance is off.
Yeah, and you
But we
know,
can't
what, but
hold that against
I respect his effort.
Me too. I respect him so much, I don't care that it's the Flames he likes.
Yeah, exactly. He's such a good guy, and he works so hard that I will forget that he's a Flames fan.
He and I had a great chat on Friday. Just Friday afternoon, we kind of did a debrief of the week, and he is just a really great guy, and he can't wait for us to come down on a road trip to Calgary again.
I am actually meeting with Backside Tours on Thursday to talk about that exact topic.
When are the Oil back in Calgary?
March. That's a Saturday.
Oh,
It's March, March 26th or something.
If it's a Saturday, that means that we're going to have a big day, Tyler. Because that doesn't shut down until 2, 3, 4.
We're going to Singapore Sam's.
Oh yeah, that was a good time.
And that is
B-cast from Singapore Sam's.
that is a great cherry on top.
Yikes.
Tourism Calgary, you owe me $5 for that.
Yep.
Also, we were talking about the Oilers and afternoon games when we could get like a brunch party.
We should do a brunch party.
They played December 31st, which is a Friday, but New Year's Eve.
Set the tone for a long New Year's Eve.
They played 11 a.m. Mountain Time against the Devils.
Oh, that's kind of nice, actually.
Get it out of the way.
And then they play the next day, New Year's Day at noon against the Islanders.
Just sell Caesars and Donairs.
Unlucky for the boys on that one.
Yeah, that's a rough
New
little...
Year's Eve's over.
If you went hard on the 31st, you could shut it down for an in-between party game nap, wake up fresh as a daisy, and go hard again.
That actually is a good point. They also, 26th and 27th of February, coming out of the Olympic break, they play 10:30 a.m. against Florida, 11 a.m. on the Sunday against Carolina.
Exactly. So after the Olympic break, we have one.
Yeah.
Because we've been 2 weeks without hockey. Well, granted, hopefully a successful Canadian campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Connor scores a golden goal.
It's destiny.
Not imagine. I can just already see it coming.
It's destiny.
I can see it coming.
Then you'd see Mayo face.
Oh, man.
I hope it's
What would you do,
I hope
Ramchak?
it's a Canada-German final.
Oh.
Would that be cool?
Oh, okay. We're talking about this on the DFO Rundown today. When Canada plays China, what's the spread?
15.
You think it
No, it's a lot.
You just run the clock.
12 and a half?
Yeah, it's definitely in the double digits.
It has to be.
Hypothetical situation. Olympic finals. Connor and Leon are both going for an open puck. Connor has to hit Leon and end his career.
What?
But he scores the golden goal.
Yeah,
Do you want him to
maybe
make
I
the
don't
play?
want them to be in the final.
No,
I don't
you know
want
what,
any
like-
bad beef between them.
In that situation, we've had our golds.
No, yeah, remember, like if someone asks me Canadian gold medal or Oilers Stanley Cup, it is Oilers Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's not close.
100%.
Over everything.
Over
Not close.
everything. So yeah.
I don't want anyone coming at us being like, oh, you don't love your country. Now, we've seen them win gold a handful
No,
of
I
times.
do.
Because there's also, Wanya, there's another thing too. Since of the time change, we would probably have to be devastated by that play at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh, gold medal 4 a.m. party.
Now there's
Now
an
we're
idea.
talking.
That was we did that in Sochi.
Heineke.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
Remember the
Yes.
politicians are like, we're opening early. And everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Let's
that
do
was
it.
so good. The game
4
was
more
kind of
years.
boring because we just like systematically destroyed the Swedes. So I didn't like we're like, in 2010, like you felt the emotion.
Wasn't Rachel Notley the premier? She tweeted like, I have ordered the
No,
ALCB.
I think that was Redford.
Oh, yeah. I have ordered the ALCB to open early. I have done this for you, my people.
That was good.
I'd be down.
What is the time change?
It's like 16 hours or
Is it
something
16?
like
So what does that mean? It's
that. It's in Beijing.
this plus 4, so it's 5 a.m. So
Yeah,
like
it's
a
5 a.m. in Beijing
So
right
a 7 p.m. game would be
I got the schedule here. The gold medal game, Sunday, February 20th, will be 7:10 a.m. our time.
Oh, that's casual.
It's
brunch
easy.
party.
Up at 6. Get your first beer in you before 7.
Oh,
Bang,
delicious.
puck drop.
Oh, that's nice. And what day is it? A Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, Sunday fun day.
All right.
Sunday fun day.
Sure.
We'll make Monday a stat.
Yep. Should be anyway.
When's the Super Bowl?
Who cares?
Yep.
Oh, they're not on the same day, so we're good on
No,
that end.
it's the first Tuesday in February, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Or first Sunday. Wow. I was thinking of Mardi Gras.
The old Super Bowl Tuesday?
While I have this open here, why don't I just give you all the schedule for the men's ice hockey? It's way far in advance, but
I need to prepare.
February 10th, Canada, Germany, 7:10 a.m. Drives out of McDavid. You're getting it right off the bat. That's their first game. And then you get Canada versus the U.S. Saturday, February 12th, 10 a.m. That'll be a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a real
We
good
love
one.
you, Leon, but you're going to have to eat your Wheaties for that first one.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Canada will get China on Sunday, February 13th. So a little bit, the next night or the next day, 7:10 a.m. again.
Whatever it is, bet the over.
Mm-hmm. And then
the over could be set at 12. Like you don't know.
And then you get quarterfinals on the Wednesday, semis on the Friday, and final on the Sunday. There you go.
So in Canada's
time on Sunday?
pool is China, Germany, States.
Yeah.
Oh,
I almost don't like
Germany's
that.
in tough.
I almost don't like that.
You
wish
guys,
they had
I don't
better
want to
teams
go
in
out on a limb,
their pool.
but I think they're going to beat China.
I think you might be right.
Like, I'm feeling pretty good.
That's a bold prediction, but I think you might be right.
I don't know what their roster is. Like, I'm really curious to see.
Imagine they just iced 5 Connor McDavid clones. And you're like, who the fuck are these people? They're like, who? These guys? No, they're totally real. They're just all Connors.
Just cyborg people. There's no rules against that as far as I know.
That I wouldn't put it past them. They want to win home ice.
Yep. Makes sense.
I kind of don't. Yeah, but they can still meet in the playoffs.
Yeah, they could, because I think the way it works is
I don't mind playing the Americans twice.
Mm-hmm.
Let them beat you in the round robin so they feel comfortable.
Put the chip on your shoulder.
I would just really love a scenario where Canada and the U.S. are tied for the top spot in the group, and it's like Canada has to beat China by 18 to win the group, and they have to like go out and do it in that final game. I think that'd be so funny.
I could see Connor getting 0 points against China for real.
So does China get a team because they're the host?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank was talking today. He was like, for a country like that, I'm surprised they wouldn't just say like, you know what?
We don't want the embarrassment.
Yeah, we don't want at our games for our hockey team to go out there.
That's going to be a
like
tough
hockey,
tournament.
There's so in northeastern China and Harbin, China, hockey is huge.
Huge.
So I guess it's like a cultural thing, right? Like
I'll be interested to see how they play. Like I don't know enough.
It just reminds me of that time.
I think they'll do well against Connor McDavid in 2022 form. I think they'll hold up.
It just reminds me of that time the Swiss coach when Switzerland was playing against Canada, and he's just like, I don't know what to say. They're better than us. They're faster than us. They hit harder than us. Like, what do you want me to do?
They have 6 first-round picks. We have 1 guy in the 4th round or whatever he said. That's
whatever
great.
he said.
Well, how about when Ted Nolan coached Belarus? Was it? I think he coached Belarus, and he got them pretty far.
They did well, yeah.
They had a hot goalie, and then he was pulling all the shenanigans he could to try to give him a chance to win.
Especially in a one-and-done
He was really good
like
looking?
Yes.
Ted Nolan, good-looking guy.
Handsome.
No, he said they had a hot goalie.
He was also
He was
very
Never
fast.
mind your end check. I'll listen to the podcast for both of us. You're staring at the roof.
It might have been Latvia.
Actually, I'm looking at you on.
It was Latvia or Belarus?
Oh, hello.
Just say no.
I think he coached Latvia.
Yeah. And, well, fuck, look, they pump out goalies like crazy.
Remember when Esa Tikkanen went and played in China?
No.
Yeah.
I loved, by
He
the way.
did, for like millions.
Speaking of Esa Tikkanen, I love the picture that came out this weekend of Puljujärvi, Koskinen with Tikkanen and Curry. I love that shit. The Finns stick together.
Well, that's great. It's very good stuff, and I'm sure that would have hit home hard.
Absolutely. Friend of Jay, Esa Tikkanen.
Close friend. And I also met
Friend of Jay
I spent a few
Curry.
moments with Yari Curry in Russia.
That's unbelievable. Meeting Yari Curry in Russia, to me, is 2 degrees off being in low Earth orbit.
And it was all so I was with Larvinen, and I've said this story in the pod before, but I'll say it again. And Larvinen just like he was like Curry came out of the building and he was just surrounded by autograph people. And then Larvin says a bunch of things in Finnish and says Edmonton, and Curry lifted his head up and looked, and he's like, "Where?"
Yeah.
That was cool.
That is cool.
Thank you, Yuri Curry. Dear friend.
How was you guys were at the game? How was the Kevin Lowe retirement thing?
Very low attended, and it had me feeling worried about the game. Like there weren't a lot of people in the stands to watch the speeches or anything.
Really? Because it started 90 minutes early?
Started pretty much. They started at 6:00, so an hour. 90 minutes early. Not a lot of people there.
But what were your thoughts?
Craig McDavid was hilarious.
He's the best.
He made a joke about Hurricane Katrina, which I thought was a pretty odd thing to do.
Too soon?
Well, I mean,
no.
just maybe not the time and the place, but
He called Kevin Lowe Hurricane Katrina.
yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah. Because he said he
Because
comes
he used
in.
to destroy everything in
He
sight.
says, yeah, we called him Katrina because he comes in, does property damage, and leaves.
We call that Tyler Remchuk.
Uh-huh.
The Burrito Bandit, actually.
But yeah, I thought Mac T was like hilarious. The other speeches were like cool. The painting was weird.
Very weird.
Painting
That painting was weird.
Yeah.
It was odd.
But nice. Like,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
painted
The
it.
sentiment was great.
Salvatore
Yeah.
Dali painted that one.
I bet it cost a lot of money.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
You know it did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it
Local
was
artist?
weird, but
Edmonton artist?
you shouldn't come at me for art opinions.
Wow.
Well,
The tension.
now seems like a good time to give some love to our friends at DoorDash.
Wow.
Ding dong.
Do you have any love in your heart?
Promo
At all?
code
for anything?
Real Life DD gets you 25% off and no delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app. Restaurants and more delivered right to your door. DoorDash, ding dong.
So two BPP on the game on Friday. Probably a pre-game PGB pre-game beers.
Yep, PGB.
Probably 4.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, that was a big shift.
Yeah. Post-game
Wow.
post-game party PP. I was on the PP after.
Yeah. Gotta keep your PP numbers up.
And so I was home alone with hot dog on Saturday night, and I DoorDashed to Donair.
Nice.
And
Oh, nice.
it was medicinal.
Of course.
Medicinal.
Celebratory and medicinal.
It was good. Well, I was actually gonna go
It's good for the
oodle. I was
spirit.
actually gonna go oodle little butter chicken, but me and Caroline's boy, man, Mike, Physio Mike,
Yep.
have got.
Oh,
a
he's your
Twitter,
man too now?
We've got a Twitter Donair beef going about lettuce, no lettuce.
Uh-oh.
So I got called out while I was in the midst of ordering, and I checked, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get a fucking Donair lettuce. I also wanted a Donair
Because
so.
the Donair talk is once
good.
again spilling into the B cast as well.
See,
It doesn't go away.
It's such a thing, man. I love it.
It's our thing. Physio Mike,
Put
though.
gravy on your donair and then we'll listen.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause that's a play.
It is a good move.
It's a play, bag milk.
And that anytime we bring dignitaries in, like when we brought Jillian Fisher in, I took her for a Donair, and like I said, she has messaged me a few times about that. How much she enjoyed it. Like I just love that it's such an Edmonton thing.
I love how specific it is to the person as well. Because on the B-cast, Physio Mike asked me, he says, Bag Milk, how do you take yours? And I say, I take it as the artist presents it. I have no customization. And that fact almost blew his brain through his skull.
What if there's a sauce option though, sweet or not sweet?
Oh, it's always sweet. Has
Oh,
to
yeah,
be.
that's a don't. That's
okay, but that
Has to be.
like, but that's the thing. It's a Donair. It's a sweet sauce.
Well, in that case, Wanye, they generally ask, do you want sweet or tzatziki or something like that? So I will pick the sauce, but as for the toppings, as you see it, sir. How
one
would you
time I
make
had
it?
a donair, somebody ordered tzatziki, and I accidentally took a bite of their donair, and I would sooner have
gross.
been eating a urinal mint.
And I've got trust me, I am on team tzatziki
Delicious.
in the right
In normal,
applications.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Does not belong in Donair. But what I am doing these days is sweet sauce with a side of garlic. And what I'll do is I'll take a knife and I'll just like butter a little bit of butter spread. Butter. Butter some garlic sauce on each bite. And that's a nice fusion.
Can I change gears?
Yeah.
I want to ask a dark question. Wanye, do you see the Travis Scott stuff from this weekend?
Oh boy,
What do you make of that?
That's no bueno.
that's a bad situation, man.
It is a really bad situation.
No bueno.
When you have that many people, it's really hard to manage a crowd that big.
Yeah. And it
When
looked,
people are saying like Travis Scott didn't help, didn't stop, how is Travis Scott to know anything? He's up on stage. There's so many people yelling to begin with. The sound system's so huge. He's performing. He can't look in the crowd.
But
and know what's
didn't the
up.
crowd like some run to the stage
Yeah.
and yell up there like,
Yeah.
this has happened?
Yeah.
so where it gets tricky though, I think, is there were a couple of times that I was doing a deep dive on TikTok last night. The Travis Scott
okay.
videos they're everywhere. He did stop the show a couple of times, but not long enough was kind of the general consensus. He was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, well, there's something going on over there. Here's Drake. So like there was no kind of time for people to go in and actually take care of the matters that had to. I don't know what the answer is. All I know is I've been to a show earlier. It was The Used. I remember seeing them at Northlands. And the singer stopped the show probably for 5-6 minutes in the middle of it just to deal with a situation like that. I don't know if that was possible. I wasn't there, obviously. But it just seemed like with the amount of people, what are you going to do? I don't know.
It reminds me of Woodstock 99. What could you have even done? I mean, yes,
100%.
stop playing break stuff, Limp Bizkit, but in the span of like 3 minutes, the world went to chaos.
Yeah. Horrible, though.
I think this was similar.
Well, and
I mean,
today,
they're like, didn't you stop the show? There was an ambulance coming through. Like, ambulances cut through crowds at festivals all the time, unfortunately, due to a variety of reasons.
and breaking just earlier today, he's refunding everybody that went.
That's crazy.
That's damage control, hey? Like, that's just trying to get good PR out there. I mean, it is doing the right thing as well, I suppose. But he's got, like, this is it's a doozy of a story.
Hey, your M-Check, you want me to tell a joke and you can edit it out after?
No, absolutely not. I have enough to edit out.
Oh, okay, never mind. I have a really good joke.
Can we wait till after we're done recording?
Yeah, I'll forget.
Okay. Well, this seems like a decent enough spot to wrap things up. Looks like.
Then I'll remember.
Okay. Oilers going Detroit, Boston, Buffalo, St. Louis this week. So busy week for the Oilers boys as they hit the road
from Tuesday to Sunday. Like that's a
yep.
That's a lot of competition in a short amount of time.
A lot of air miles for the Oily boys as they cruise around.
I wonder what their snacks are like on the plane.
Should I give them my Aeroplan number?
You should. That'd be a very nice thing to do. All right.
I would like some of those points.
We're going to wrap this thing up. I realize I'm too far away to hit the button on my Roadcaster, but that is okay. This has been episode 328. Yeah?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. It's been episode 328 of the Real Life Podcast for Wanya, Jay, Bag Milk. I'm Tyler Uremchuk. Enjoy it. We'll be back next Monday because they play on Thursday, so no episode on that day. Anyways, have a good week.
Tyler's running
It's still
over.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Real Life Podcast. Don't want to miss any of our nonsense? Hit the subscribe button and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.